This girl, who's been your state president for a year now, isn't exactly a pretty picture. She loves to play in the mud, work on trucks, and hang with the guys. She's always singing and laughing. She screws up a little bit too, like in Indianapolis, she almost got hit by a bus. And in Washington, D.C., Vice President Biden's almost ran her over with his motorcade. She definitely is a character.
And that's not all of her screw-ups. There are many more, which I won't list. But yes, she's definitely a character. I mean, I know no one else that's ever gotten stuck in a bucket, watered an electric plant, or with nylons, a skirt, and a white shirt, put her feet in the jacuzzi. Which, for the record, happened yesterday. But she is definitely a very good character. She's been your state president for a year now, and look how the state convention turned out. I mean, pretty good. So, without further ado, your 2010-2011 state president, Courtney Cox.
Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandit run. Keep the football on the pedal, some never mind them brakes. Let it all hang out, cause we gotta run to make. The boys are thirsty.
Okay, so I'm nervous, which is weird because I don't usually get nervous. I have no problem making a fool of myself in front of large groups of people. But this is different. I mean, once I finish this speech, I'm retired. No more FFA. I've literally lived each and every day for this organization for the past 6 years. Where do I go from here? Just gotta keep chugging along, I guess, because you know that's what life's all about. You gotta live out loud. And the first step to living out loud is you gotta buck up and say yes. A couple of years back, we got a new horse at our barn who I am pretty sure was legitimately crazy. I didn't want to ride this horse, period, yet my instructor had this awesome idea to go take this crazy train over a couple jumps. I was almost positive this was going to result in my death. I mean, come on. Why would I want to encourage some crazy horse full speed at a solid brick wall? But I trusted my instructor and I asked myself, well, what if I don't do this? That moment that I was so scared of turned out to be the moment I was most proud of. Not only did I make it out alive, but that horse had the gift of flight and I had the best round of my life. So, once you buck up and say yes, you gotta trust that you got it in you. Kind of like running for state office. I didn't think I was anywhere near good enough. I'm not organized, I'm not good at responding to emails in a timely manner, and getting my thoughts in my head into understandable sentences can be quite the task sometimes. But my sister had been a past state president, and everyone was waiting around to see if I'd try and fill her shoes. Try being the key word. I could have failed doing this, but I went for it anyways, and I am so glad I did. That year that I thought was just going to be another year of service turned out to be a year of learning and growth, and I'm so grateful I had this opportunity. So, once you buck up and say yes, trust that you got it in you, you gotta learn from it. I mean, maybe it didn't go as well as it could have, maybe you forgot a few words in your speech already, but you gotta think back to those times that you did get out of your shell long enough to try something new. What made you fear it in the first place? You may have thought it was gonna be absolutely terrifying, but it turned out to be totally rockin'. Living out loud is kind of like that speech Sarah gave to Ricky Bobby in the movie Talladega Nights, my favorite movie. See, Ricky Bobby was a race car driver, but he was about to give up his passion of racing because he'd gotten in an accident and was scared of getting hurt again. But Sarah said, "Do you want to know why I think you should race again? Ricky Bobby, you gotta race because it's what you love. It's who you were born to be. And here you sit, thinking. Well, Ricky Bobby's not a thinker. He's a driver and he's a doer. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta drive, you need speed, and you gotta get out there. What Sarah said to Ricky is that he had to go after what he loved, no matter how scary it seemed. Ricky Bobby had to live out loud, take chances. He had to stop feeling bad for himself when things got a little scary and just move on with his life. If you just sit around wondering what if, then you'll never know what could have been. Besides, you gotta trust me on this one. Life is way more fun if you live it obnoxiously loud than just sit there and watch the world go by. Next time you feel like it's just one of those days and you just can't seem to win, figure something else out. Don't stay down, try again. Ricky Bobby had to keep racing because it was his passion, a passion he loved so much it hurt. Sometimes I think the things we love were made a little bit scary and given obstacles so you could prove how much you wanted them. I'm also thinking that's why roller coasters are so fun, because they're so full of twists and turns and ups and downs, you don't know what's coming next. And these roller coasters are going so fast that you don't have time to think, oh my God, maybe we shouldn't make this turn. You only have time to brace yourself and go for it. Roller coasters, race cars, crazy jumping horses, they're all kind of the same thing. Ricky Bobby, well, he got back in that race car and crossed the finish line, which is what I need to do now. I need to buck up, get ready to move on, and cross that finish line over there at the podium. It's time to break on out. If that mud bog looks a little too deep, you better bomb through it. Your mama wants you to get an A on that test next week. Get an A+. Everyone says you can't weld because you're a girl. Make it your college major. If you want to take that chance, FFA members, you gotta live a little louder. As you leave convention this weekend and you only take one message away with you, I hope it's this. I hope that each and every day you live out loud.
Just down a running lane, racing down the interstate, spilled hot coffee down the front of my Jeep. Where pay the rent, money and my time spent. Not a minute left for me to be. It's been going on, nothing can wait. I gotta get my priorities straight. I need to live a little.
Courtney Cox, we have a very special thing. Someone to give you your plaque today. Hi, Courtney. You thought I was in Florida, but here I am. Buck up, it's what you just said. Come here. Okay, all right. Oh, Miss Courtney. Did y'all just see that look? My goodness. Come here. Courtney, I wish I could have been closer during your year of service, but being 1,300 miles away didn't stop me from feeling your impact. Your year of service has shown throughout the country. Your energy and your spark stop it. Your energy and your spark has pushed our members to greater limits and pulled them together as one. Your energy and your team's inspiration has been felt throughout the state, and you have truly shown each of us that our missions are in fact possible. As state president, past state president, I understand the joys and discomforts of the role and the responsibilities of being a role model. And I'm glad to count you as one of mine. It's my honor to present to you your 2010-2011 State President Retiring Plaque.
Surprise! Good secret. Yep. We tried to tell you before. We talked to the ones.
It's Maria's fault.
I look great right now, I know.
Sunday.
Hi. So I told myself I wasn't going to cry, so I didn't buy waterproof makeup because I believe firmly